Hello fam, how are you all doing? Let's talk about this very story that is making rounds on TikTok. A certain guy came out to share his ordeal with a therapist. According to him, they were still getting to know each other, but she went cuckoo. Let's hear his full story.
I met a girl, she's a therapist. We were talking for a little bit. We talked all of 2 weeks, not a situationship, none of that. We talked all of 2 weeks on a romantic level. I would say 4 days into us just texting, she called me at 6 in the morning. It woke me up and I hung up because clearly that was an accident. So I just, declined it. Then she called me at 7. She called me at 7 in the morning. I woke up because you can call me twice, must need something. Okay. So I'm woke. This is the conversation. I'm very groggy because, I just woke up. So I'm like, hello. And she said, were you asleep? She asked it like a confused question. Like, why would you be asleep? Mind you, it's 7 in the morning. So I'm like, yeah. And she said, she said, I need you to realize I woke up early to talk to you. Do you understand? And I'm like, okay. No, I'm serious. So I just woke up. Nothing's funny at this moment. So I'm like, okay, what's up? So we talk all of 4 minutes. And whatever I finished off with, whatever I said at this point was funny enough for me to laugh. If I laughed for 4 seconds, that means she laughed for 2. So I'm sizzling down my laugh, and then it goes quiet for a solid 5 seconds. And she said, I don't think I'm interested in pursuing a relationship with you anymore because I don't feel like you are as serious about your career as I thought you were. I swear to you, I said, yo, it's 6 in the morning. What are you talking about? She was like, if you're an artist, it's like you're not working on any new music. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. And I'm like, bro, mind you, this is like February. It's like, yo, I just put out an album. I don't know when BPD came out, but BPD had came out the week before. So I was like, I just released an album and a single, and I got another single, which was Flowers for Algernon, on the way. What are you talking about? Mind you, I just got out of a relationship. What are you talking about? So she was like, it's exactly what she said. I swear to you. It's exactly what she said. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Now I'm like, yo, what's going on? You good? She was like, that's on me. I overstepped and this, that, and this. I'm confused because mind you, it's 7:10 in the morning. So I'm like, you good? And she was like, well, I am a therapist. You should talk to me about what you're going through and I can help you. I can be there for you. I said, if we're going to be dating, I don't want to, blur those lines because I don't want you to know too much about me. This is the thing in my relationships, bro. It's a certain level of me that you're just not going to know, buddy. So I'm like, nah. And she was like, what happened for you to not want to try therapy? I do therapy. I'm cool. Chat got my back. But I'm like, nigga, I just met you and we're supposed to be dating. We're trying to, see where this go. Why would I tell you stuff like this, bro? What are you talking about? So she's like, you know what, fine, yada, yada. We wrap it up. We get off the phone. I go to sleep. She calls me again at 3 p.m. Same day. 3 p.m. What do you think she called me about? What do you think she wanted? She called me and this is where she started, okay? This is where we started. Then she backed up, placed the phone down. She is booty butt naked. You know what she said to me? I need you to accept my body. I'm driving. And I'm like, okay. And she said, do you accept my body? I'm like, yeah. And then she proceeds to take me on a body tour. And she's like, these are my tattoos. These are my scars. I need you to accept my body. Okay. Okay. She hangs up. Immediately. As soon as I say, okay, she hangs up. She calls me every bit of about 4 minutes later. I swear to God. What do you think she said? She called me back in 4 minutes and she goes, ah! She goes, we're serious. Ah! Maybe I'm mentally ill, but I'm not ready to address that right now. Hangs up. I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key intrigued, but like, what the fuck? I just met you. This is 4 days in. This woman is a therapist. You know what that means? Somebody goes to her that's crazier than her, looking for help. What the fuck? Okay, so we talk like that was on me. I should have got out sooner. But at this point, I'm entertained, bro. She's strictly entertainment purposes only at this point. Like, I gotta see where you going with this. We talked for a little while longer, and one day, I'm not texting back as fast as I need to be. I get distracted. So she's like, hey, I'm not satisfied with your text rate. What's up? And then she like starts going off on me about some stuff, and I was like, yo, I feel like you're projecting some shit on me. Are you okay? What you got going on? Cause you're really throwing some shit at me right now. And she lit me up, bro. The little bit of information that I gave her on my life, she started attacking me with it. Imagine if I was letting her be my therapist, my nigga. No, she was like lighting me up. And then she was like, don't you ever fucking try to be a therapist to me. That's my job. I'm the fucking therapist here. She's like going off, letting me have it. So I hung up. Don't talk to me like that on the phone I paid for? Oh my Lord's Thursday? No, thank you. I hung up. So then she started blowing up my phone with text messages. Honestly, I was with it for a second. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we're not doing the toxic stuff no more. We're growing, bro. My dating for me was like wild as fuck for a little minute. Whew. I want to add that my experience from this taught me I mainly date women that are smarter than me. So like women like this who are therapists and have psychology degrees, bro, I will have to have a lawyer or a real adult present because I probably was getting manipulated that whole time and didn't even realize it.
That was toxicity personified. We don't know her own side of the story. One thing that we know is his own side of the story. So we're going to work with what he said.
It wasn't until recently in my 30s that I realized I did not know how to date. I knew how to attach, right? Most of us are taught how to please, how to impress, how to make it work with a man. He's a good man, Savannah. But a lot of the time we don't know how to stay rooted in our own power while getting to know somebody. So what happens is you meet a man, he makes you laugh, y'all match, he follows up, and boom, like dopamine hit. Now you got future fantasies, you know what y'all kids gonna look like. You think that's the one, maybe he's the one, could he be the one? It gets like that really fast to the point where everything that he may do means something. Like it has to mean something. Like, okay, he showed up for me. He was communicative. That must mean something, right? He was consistent. He was thoughtful. That must mean something, right? But what I am beginning to understand and learn as I keep growing and dating and exploring myself and what I like is that romanticizing is very expensive, y'all. It will cost you time. It will cost you peace. It will cost you energy if you always operate in the state of thinking that every man means something or that it could be potentially your fairy tale ending. Had to start looking at dating from an observation standpoint and less about, do I work for him? And am I a good fit for him? No, is he a good fit for me? This is all the interview stage with men. You have to keep that in mind. Stop assigning meaning to attention. You gotta wait for chemistry. You gotta make sure that this person is actually emotionally literate enough to even be with you. Like those are the things that you have to keep in mind. And when you make that mindset switch, you realize that a lot of how you've been dating has been very draining. That's why every new situation that you're in seems like it's mental warfare with every new person because you're not dating, you're attaching. You gotta change. Just sit with yourself real quick and ask yourself, like how do I date?
She's right. A lot of us women don't know how to date, but we know how to attach. You meet a man, within the few couple of days, you're already attaching to him rather than stepping back to understand the kind of person he is, to tell him what you want in the relationship, to make him understand your own person, rather than you losing your person to become the person he wants you to be or the person you think he would want you to be. As girls, we're raised to believe that our life is about what a man wants us to do. We're raised to learn how to center men, to make our life everything about us to be about men. So all we do is to please men. We live our lives to please men. We've also been made to believe that giving a man our body will make that man happy. Let's touch on the therapist story a bit. In her head, she was thinking that by her going naked and letting him see all of her nakedness, that might entice him and make him change his mind. Because we know that a lot of men out there love sex. Most men out there love sex, but this may not apply to all men. That's why I always say there are exceptions out there. The way men are groomed and conditioned by the society, women are also groomed and conditioned by the society. Like I said, we were raised to believe that we are existing for men. All we do is for men. We should live our lives to satisfy men. So that was a wrong move for her. Meeting someone and you're already acting like the person's mother, expecting a lot from the person, acting like the person's teacher and also the person's therapist, and then giving your whole body and forcing the person to accept you, accept your body. Seems like she's having low esteem problem. She's not happy with her body and she feels not good enough. That's why she's asking him to accept her body, because if she does have confidence in who she is and her body, I don't think she would be doing something like that. All I got from that story, that's if the story is real, was a lady that has low self-esteem and she wanted to be with that man badly.
That boy that got on the internet saying how he used to date a therapist, I told y'all that people do not be thinking that they story times were going to blow up. Literally. People do not be thinking that they story times is going to blow up. That's what I'd be like. Y'all have to make sure all the details are intact because we are listening. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that do not have a short attention span. And he didn't lie or anything. But the funny thing about it is he was like, I didn't expect for her to blow up. And she's actually a big creator on TikTok with a large following. Because y'all know a lot of people do not have a short attention span, meaning that people can go down a rabbit hole and just find out context clues about certain things, pinpointed videos she might have posted, she might have said something she might have said, and then they find the girl and it goes down a huge rabbit hole. I'm telling y'all have to relax with the story times.
Unusually, Bree, that is the therapist he was talking about. I have no doubts in my mind as to who it is. I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out who the hell is this man talking about. So there's this guy, he posted a story time about how he's been dating this therapist girl and she's like really popular on TikTok. She has over 300,000 followers. Okay, kiki. So I'm like, damn, who could it be? So what the So they said it was this girl named Bree, the therapist. So I'm like, okay, she doesn't have that many followers. Kept looking, ran across a girl named Emily. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's it. Then someone had hashtag unusually Bree. Ding, ding, ding. Her page is on private, but since people have stitched and duet some of her videos, is very much giving guilty. These therapists need therapists. Like, a therapist is a human too. And all you need is a damn degree to be a therapist. So now you have a person with a degree and some underlying mental issues, but they still get to become a therapist because they have the degree. Some of the stitches / duets I've seen, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely her. Like, y'all go see some of the stitches and duets. Like, I've seen within the first 5, at least 3 of them, she were boohoo crying over almost nothing. So to that man, I feel sorry for that man. I'm sorry you had to go through that. No, but seriously, leave people alone. Like, it's not a laughing matter.
Yeah, she's right. Therapists are also humans. They have a degree. Having that degree does not mean that they are better off than every other human out there. It does not mean that they have their mental health intact. It's just like he's saying, because someone is a lawyer, you don't expect that person to lie. Lawyers are liars. Some lawyers are liars. Just like you're saying, oh, because the person is a doctor, the person cannot be a rapist. A pastor has to be a saint. No, it's just a degree. The degree does not cleanse them of their sins, does not make them brand new. So some therapists, if not all therapists, still need a therapist.
So I just finished the story time with the guy that was dating a therapist, and I'm thoroughly entertained. I need to know her sign. I need to know her astrological sign. I need to know if she's a Gemini. I need to know. Now, I never did no shit like that 4 days after meeting a person, because that is very, very wild. Okay. But I will say I have done some stuff, and then after I did it, like literally immediately, I was like, that wasn't my best moment, and I actually do apologize. But if y'all didn't watch it, y'all need to check it out, because I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get home so I can like watch it uninterrupted. But I'll just say this: therapists need therapy too. Okay, my therapist tells me that all the time. She was like, girl, like, what do you mean? Like, I have to experience life just as much as you do. Okay, and her actually taking some sort of accountability during the wild interaction that they had showed me like she kind of reel herself back in. But yeah, just because you go to therapy or you're a therapist don't mean that you got all your shit figured out. Okay, sometimes you just know how to help other people. Okay, but y'all, when I say I was cracking up, this man was confused. But also, maybe it's just a woman thing. Like, I don't know, I don't really feel like you're a real woman unless you just did some diabolical, nonsensical shit. Just some nonsensical, has nothing to do with other person. It's all about you projectile bullshit. Like, either way, I was very, very very, very entertained. And that's another thing, ladies. You may do something crazy and it may become a story time on TikTok. I thank God those days are pretty much behind me now, but I don't know. If it was me, like if I knew it was me and all the facts were laid out, like I really did some crazy shit like that, I probably wouldn't come forward. So let's just hope that she don't come forward, because now they saying that she on TikTok. Baby, I would just lay low until this blows over.
Oh, I just seen that story talking about my man who's dating a therapist. As somebody who's been to therapy, I know way better than to ever date a therapist. Now, my therapist was male because, I mean, come on now, I knew better. I knew better than to go to a female therapist. But no, going to therapy taught me a lot of things. But one of the things it taught me is that them therapists be needing therapists them damn selves. I mean, I knew I was going to the right guy because my therapist told me, he admitted it to me, that he had a therapist. So I'm sitting in the couch like, oh yeah, so you need help too. Okay, bet. So at least you aware enough to know that you need help. So I know you can actually provide me with some help. You're not over there just sitting up delusional, thinking you just got all life's problems solved. Nah, you got your own problems, and you can at least dissociate the two. You go to your own therapist to deal with your own problems, and you're not trying to bring them in here and mix them in with mine and project your problems onto me. But yeah, dating a female therapist, yeah, that's a no-go, dog. Cause, whew, just, I wouldn't do it. Listen, from going to therapy, I would never date a therapist. Never.
The man who got on here and told the story about how he was dating a therapist, it just brings me back to the fact that they say that your therapist has a therapist, or if you're a therapist, you need a therapist. Like, just imagine you going and talking to your therapist and your therapist is cuckoo nuts. This lady was nuts the way that he was telling the story. She was crazy. A nut house. And when he said, it's people that come to you and they're crazier than you, and it's like, wow, maybe they rubbed off on her or something, because the whole story time had me dying. I was over here dying laughing in the car, almost in tears. Because what do you mean I need you to accept my body? What do you mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? What do you mean? Like, ma'am, what do you mean you want to be his therapist? Why do you want to be a therapist to anybody that you're dating? Like, Lord. But yeah, clearly if you're a therapist, you obviously need a therapist.
And not too much on my sister in therapy. Okay? Not too much on the I dated a therapist story. Not too much. Because the reality is, a lot of us are just like you. Okay, I've crashed out before. Matter of fact, the first thing that I tell my clients when I meet them is, anything you've done, I've probably done it twice. Okay, it's a judgment-free zone. We're non-judgmental for you. Why y'all can't be non-judgmental for us? Now, would I do any of the things that she did, and have I done any of the things she did? No. It's a little outlandish, sister. I'm not gonna lie. That's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is, number one, therapists are just like you. It's literally just a job. Like, it really is. Like, in part, it is part of my lifestyle. Like, I really do try to make sure that I practice what I preach to a considerable amount. But at the end of the day, I had therapy today, at 3 where I was talking to my therapist about my complicated relationship with my mother. And then I had to be a therapist for somebody at 5:30 p.m. today and talk about their complicated relationship with their mother. It's really a job that we go to school to learn how to do. And we go into books and we learn theories and the neuroscience and the psychology and all of the behavioral science. We learn all of that. And then we help you. But that doesn't mean that we're not maybe a little toxic, maybe a little offbeat. Now, jokes aside, the reality is a lot of people that are in helping fields, they do it because there are some things that they are working out in and of themselves. There was a time where a lot of the work that I was doing was to help was helping me process my own relational trauma. Now, I'm pretty far removed from that now. I don't have any toxic cycles going on. I'm not in any chaotic relationships or anything like that, but I'm still doing a lot of work to ensure that I'm constantly confronting some of my thought patterns, my beliefs, the very same things that I position myself to help my clients with. So I'm just saying, therapists, we're just like you, probably actually a little more kookier. There are a lot of therapists out there that are psychopaths. I have met colleagues that I'm like, girl, you should not have a practice. Like, homeboy, you need to sit this one out. There are people, just like any field, therapy in all forms is not exempt from having bad actors, right? Manipulators. Some people utilize being a therapist to manipulate other people. And the reality is we could if we wanted to. Like, I have the capacity, so to speak, well, not capacity, but capability to manipulate people. It's a fact of life. Like, I understand behavior science. I understand behavioral theory and all those kind of things. But my values, my morals, my ethics do not allow me to operate in that way. So bad people with great tools utilize those tools to do bad things. And while her thing wasn't necessarily bad, it was just very strange and weird and like outlandish. And I hope that she's not, encouraging her clients to do that. It was oddly human. Right. And I'm using those words intentionally. But yeah, not too much. And I mean, truth be told, it's probably somebody could probably tell a story about me. Like, she was a therapist and she X, Y, and Z. But first of all, if you have dirt on me, I have twice as much dirt on you. So everybody sit down and relax. That got out of hand a little bit. My point is, there are people in this world who have stories about me, about your favorite therapist online, that would sound crazy by itself, right? But overall, the way that I live my life is, one, I stand on anything I've ever done, even if standing on it means like, yeah, I did that, and yeah, I thought that was dumb. And I also operate in general with a set of morals and values that if anybody were to be like this and this, there's 10,000 more people that would speak to the good that I've done in their lives. We are human. Just like you, there's somebody that can probably bust you out right now and talk about something that you done did to them. But the reality is, you know who you are, right? You know what you stand for. Yeah, sister, that was crazy. That was a little off, but we fall down, but we get up. Hopefully she's doing better now. I don't know how long ago that situation was, but I did see an update where he said that she's like in a whole nother relationship now. So, somebody accepted her body. So not too much on us as therapists. Okay, thank you.
Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch some huge mistakes some women make in dating men like this. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.